Billy here. Early morning before work. I'm just going to make a real short one. I don't know. Just need to make it. I had a real large library, which I don't have it anymore. But among my books was a thick book of short stories by Guy de Maupassant, a French writer. You probably figured that out, right? Late 19th century. It's a contemporary of Victor Hugo. I think he's a great writer. I don't think he wrote anything but short stories. 1880s, 1890s Western European literature. There was a thing going around then. The fad was Bathos. Pathos and Bathos is wrenching your emotions. Dickens was really good at that. I never cared for Dickens much. Dostoevsky and Tolstoy adored Dickens. I think it was Tolstoy that said he was the greatest writer of their age. Might have been Dostoevsky that said that. I respect Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky loves Dickens as well. What book was it? Oh, Crime and Punishment. There's whole chapters that are written in the Dickinsonian style. The Bathos, the poor little crippled boy that's so chipper, oh, God bless us, everyone. It's just retching at your emotions. I think Dostoevsky out Dickens in at least a couple of chapters of Crime and Punishment. But anyway, back to Guy de Maupassant. I remember a story that he wrote. It's funny, you can read things and think they're kind of silly and not think much of them or put much into them. And then later in life, when life smacks you in the puss and really does some damage to you, you remember the stories. And then you understand the meaning. It's funny. And those are just stories in a book. Relationships with people. And their stories are even better. Anyway, to the story, it was very short, it was very simple. It was two people, they were in love. Husband and wife. The man, well, they were both poor, they were very poor. They didn't have a pot to piss in. But some special occasion was coming up and they both wanted to give each other a gift. I think it may have been an anniversary. I'm doing this from memory and it's been over 30 years since I read this, but she had magnificent hair. I mean, it was magnificent. And he wanted to get her some special ornament to put in it. This is 1880s, 1890s, okay? And he had his only possession that he has worth anything was his watch. He did have a nice watch. And she wanted to give him a watch fob. So guess what? He sold the watch to buy her ornament and she sold her hair to buy the fob. And then when they met for this occasion, they had a laugh. It seems silly, but really, it's pretty deep. People are so materialistic now. They would have a fight now if they did. I bought you this and you didn't. Oh, I did it. Yeah. Yeah, now you don't have it anymore, and I liked it. People don't understand how rich that is. The gift that they gave each other was an incorruptible gift. Sacrifice. An expression of love that's just beyond belief. I mean, it was a sacrifice. The only thing that he had, he pawned it, or he didn't pawn it, he sold it so he could get her something to express his love for her, and her vice versa, the same thing. But the sacrifice, the unthinking, unhesitating self-sacrifice, that is a gift. It's not tangible. It's not something you could put in your pocket. It's not something you could pawn. And it's also not something that could corrupt and corrode or be stolen. And it's real. It's very real. When you get older, you realize how real those things are. It's amazing. It's nice to have people who love you that much. Sometimes it's necessary. I had a friend write me a letter, and I read it, and it reminded me of that story for some reason. Doesn't have anything to do with it, but we don't know what we're thinking sometimes. But it's a good story. It's deep, and like I said, that's the thing with great literature. And it's not just literature, you know. People tell you stories by word of mouth, especially older people, that you think are kind of silly at the time. Then years later, they come back to you when you need them. The wisdom. Anyway, that's it. I got to get this uploaded before work, so or downloaded before, no, uploaded. Uncle Billy signing out.